ongoing overdose epidemic. Basnek says in this field it's all about being prepared and helping people no matter the circumstances.
You know, we bring the emergency room, we bring the intensive care unit out into people's living rooms, into people's businesses, you know, in the middle of the street. And so the training, the hours of training and preparation to get ready to go out and help other people and take that critical care out into the streets.
He says while the job can be taxing, the reward of helping those in need is worth it. Elspeth Meisner, Erie News Now.
We know there are growing shortages nationwide, and Basnek says they are always looking for more people to work at EmergiCare. You can reach out for more information, training, and how to apply. Well, meantime, in Northeast, Crescent Hose Fire Company hosted a public safety showcase today. It allowed community members to meet their local safety officials and learn about all they do to keep the community safe. Personnel from the fire and police departments, EMTs, even representatives from the military were all on hand to talk about the roles they play. Crescent Hose also had equipment displays and demonstrations, including like what it's like to respond for a car accident. People could also watch a rescue helicopter land and check out a fire simulator. Everyone said it was a great way to show the community what those folks really do.
You know, people you see, first responders, vehicles you see, and but to be able to put actual individuals with that job or with these vehicles that you see is really cool, I think, especially for the kids too. They've been great about answering questions, letting the kids go in the trucks. So, you know, of course, to support them and, you know, hopefully have their companies grow in the future with this interest.
And some future firefighters there perhaps, and there were lots of hands-on learning opportunities, and families really enjoyed the food trucks there today as well. Well, it's been a strange spring weather-wise, as you know, from temps near 80 in February to snowfall in May. So if you love to enhance your yard with a beautiful flower garden or you plant a vegetable garden, is it finally time yet to put those tender plants into the ground? We sent our Marissa Thomas out to Stan's Garden Center this afternoon to find out, where not long ago they had signs right in the greenhouse that said not yet. But is it now looking like it's time to plant?
This April has been really wet, which I learned at Stan's Garden is not good for starting out that garden. But good news for all the green thumbs out there. As we near the end of May, the time to plant is finally here, with longer days, warmer nights becoming more frequent.
If you've been waiting to start that vegetable garden, you've made the right call. Josh Garzensky, president of Stan's Garden, says now is the perfect time to plant.
Everybody's itching to get the tomatoes, the peppers, the eggplant, the zucchini, the cucumbers. Those plants do not like wet, cool ground. So the good news is it looks like right now we're going to turn that corner. We see some warmer nights, some longer, warmer days. We got better day length. So right now is going to be the ideal time to start getting that garden in.
From Mother's Day to the week of Memorial Day, flowers tend to be what people are looking for. The week before Memorial Day is when Stan sees more gardeners come in to buy herbs and veggies.
Definitely Memorial Week turns the corner for getting the vegetable gardens going. So now we, as far as like keeping track of our crops on the bench, we've started stocking the pepper bench, the tomato bench at a much faster rate.
As for tips for the newer gardener, you want to make sure to water your plants correctly so the roots grow properly and your vegetables can prosper.
Go ahead and water deep and thorough as the plant's needed. If it doesn't look like it's flagging or wilting a little bit, go ahead and water it deep and thorough when it needs it, not a little bit every night. That's going to coach that root system down into that moisture that's down in the earth, making a very wide fibrous root system that gives you way less problems down the road when that plant is large and fruiting.
Skarzensky also said that people have been coming in on rainy days like yesterday, so Stan's Garden is very appreciative to all the gardeners in the community that support them. Live from the studio, Marissa Thomas, Erie News Now.
Our editor Dakota Hunter is joining us now for the first check of the forecast. I'm liking the sound of those warmer nights and longer days, and Memorial Day weekend looking pretty good too.
Yes, Lisa, we are talking about a fantastic stretch of weather this week as we go into the Memorial Day weekend. Memorial Day itself, it could be a little iffy. We still got time to work on that, though. Let's take a look at the Gary Miller at the Mall Skycam overlooking Peach Street, and we are A-OK tonight. 53 degrees out there right now. Green bars on the weather impact index through the rest of the overnight, so again, no weather hassles. See a bunch of green on Doppler Max, but as I often tell you, that is not precipitation. It's dust and bugs in the atmosphere being returned on radar, so it is not raining across the area. 53 right now here in the city of Erie, 57 in Girard. Lake water temperature, by the way, up a degree, up to 52, but that's still relatively chilly. 57 out there in Warren, 51 in Bradford. Notice the winds little on the lighter side than they were this afternoon. Was a little bit breezy, but we're still dealing with that westerly wind, and that's going to continue as we go into tomorrow. Lakeshore communities a little cooler, mid 60s. Once you go inland, lower 70s with a great supply of sunshine. I've got much more on the way. First warning weather futurecast in the 7-day in just a few minutes. Lisa?
I'm sure you do. Thanks a lot, Dakota. Well, this school year is coming to a close, but it's not too soon to be thinking about enrolling your kids for preschool. Mercy Center for the Arts Preschool held an open house today for prospective families. It's one of the oldest preschools in the region, and it's had a STEAM approach to curriculum way ahead of the curve. The center's preschool program is open to children who are 3 and older. Today offered a chance to learn more about the school.
I showed the art room and I showed the music science room. We have 2 classrooms. We try to enroll 24 students per class. We have Monday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Thursday. We do science and math, art, and dramatic movement.
Mercy Center of the Arts on East Grandview Boulevard also offers a summer camp for children ages 4 to 8. Still to come this evening, Presidents Biden and Zelensky meet at the G7, where the U.S. pledged more support for Ukraine. And having another racehorse euthanized yesterday ahead of the Preakness is leading to some protests. We'll tell you more after Dakota comes back with your full first warning forecast.
Now, first warning weather with Dakota Hunter.
Welcome back, everybody. A live look from the Oliver's rooftop bayfront camera overlooking the Erie Bayfront, and it's a gorgeous night, 53 degrees and green bars on that weather impact index all the way through the overnight and into tomorrow morning. And speaking about tomorrow, I've got a 0 on that weather impact index. More sunshine tomorrow. We are going to see a few high clouds mainly across the inland locations and another seasonable day. So pretty much temperatures very similar to what we dealt with today. So again, it's going to be a gorgeous weather day tomorrow. Again, on Doppler Max, I've taken the radar imagery off. This is just satellite, and there is nothing across the area. It's just a gorgeous night. I mean, you know, this is just perfect weather for this time of the year. And for that, you can thank an area of, well, 2 areas of high pressure. One just off the south of the upper Great Lakes, one off the northeast coast. They're hooked up in tandem. It's called a high pressure ridge when two areas of high pressure work together. And those two high pressure areas are not going anywhere. But probably a bigger weather story is we are actually watching a little tropical disturbance just to the northeast of the Bahamas. You can see it right there, but there's also rain going down across Puerto Rico as well. And the National Hurricane Center is monitoring this for tropical formation. But the good news here is that this is going to be moving slowly into an area that's less favorable. So they're only giving it a 10% chance of forming into a tropical storm over the next 7 days. So really this is not going to form. It's just likely going to be a heavy rain producer. Whoa. Is that the camera or is that just me? Woo! The Crime Victim Center Skycam needs a little focusing there. 53 degrees with a light wind out of the south, averaging 3 miles an hour. It's a gorgeous night. Here's First Warning Weather Futurecast as we get your morning started at 6 a.m. Look at this. Lots of sunshine, wall-to-wall sunshine. As we go into the afternoon, notice a few high clouds popping up here across the inland locations, mainly across Warren County. But again, the sunshine rules the sky through tomorrow. Tuesday, there's going to be a discrepancy popping up here, and it's this. I don't think this rain is going to materialize on Tuesday. The air is going to be too dry. I don't think that's going to happen. So we are going to stay dry through Tuesday. I'm calling it a mostly sunny day. A few clouds will mix in with the sunshine, but otherwise, this stretch of weather continues throughout much of this week. A look at the zone outlook for tomorrow for Erie County. Again, it's another case of location, lakeshore communities, mid 60s. But notice once you lose that lake influence, yeah, we're going into the lower 70s. How about 74 in Titusville? It's going to feel good in Warren County, 72 Pittsfield, 75 out in Tiddy-Ute. The next 7 days of your life, 68 tomorrow, up to 76 on Tuesday. Again, I did not put the rain in the forecast. I don't think that's going to materialize. 72 Wednesday, we're down to 62 with a weak cold front. Then we bounce right back into the 70s as we head into Memorial Day weekend. Staying dry, but as I mentioned, Memorial Day itself could be a little dicey. Lisa?
Thank you, Dakota. Around the world now, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky and President Joe Biden met face-to-face earlier today in Japan at the G7 summit. President Biden pledged continued support for Ukraine as the war against Russia there continues. He also announced new military aid for Ukraine, saying the U.S. would provide ammunition and armored vehicles. President Zelensky thanked President Biden for that support.
And today I'm announcing the next tranche of U.S. security assistance to Ukraine, a package that includes more ammunition, artillery, armored vehicles to bolster Ukraine's battlefield abilities. And the United States continues to help Ukraine respond, recover, and rebuild.
We are very thankful that that is a new package. I really didn't know the details, but I know that you gave us very big package during this year. It's more than 37 billion. My appreciations. We never forget. Thank you.
When asked if Russia had taken over the Ukrainian city of Bakhmut, President Zelensky told reporters, "I think no, but you have to understand that there is nothing. They destroyed everything. Bakhmut is only in our hearts." And by the way, President Biden is back on U.S. soil tonight. Also across the nation, a horse trained by Hall of Famer Bob Baffert was euthanized, as we told you yesterday, after an injury on the track at Pimlico Downs Racecourse Saturday. Having a meltdown, suffered an ankle injury on the 6th race on Preakness Day. Several veterinarians examined the horse. They found that the horse had a non-operable injury, and due to the severity and prognosis, doctors made the difficult decision to euthanize the horse. Jockey Luis Saez was flung off the horse during that incident and hit the ground hard, rolling several times on the dirt. He was taken to a local hospital where he's in stable condition. Dozens of protesters, though, lined the sidewalk outside Pimlico in Baltimore today, many carrying their thoughts on signs, some saying that horse racing is a cruel form of animal abuse and they think it must end. Well, still to come, our Caleb Yager will be joining us. He has Seawolves highlights and big news from Mercyhurst lacrosse. And boy, do the Erie Seawolves have a kickoff to summer weekend for you, including chances at winning or getting Taylor Swift and Jonas Brothers tickets. We're going to explain how that works coming up next.
Mic check, 1, 2, mic check.
You're watching Erie News Now Weekends at 11 with Lisa Adams.
Well, this afternoon, the Erie Seawolves announced details for summer kickoff weekend at UPMC Park, and they got my attention. We're not only talking fireworks on Memorial Day weekend, but ticket giveaways to some amazing concerts, including Taylor Swift and the Jonas Brothers. That's right, on top of baseball and fireworks, both Friday and Saturday of the holiday weekend, they'll also be doing these incredible ticket giveaways for a couple of lucky winners every game time, and it could be you. The Friday ticket giveaways include concerts at Star Lake, Snoop Dogg and Wiz Khalifa, Godsmack, The Fish, plus packs of tickets to the Baseball and Pro Football Halls of Fame. Then Saturday, that's when pairs of tickets for Taylor Swift, Jonas Brothers, The Offspring, and more are up for grabs, plus more of those Hall of Fame packs.
Memorial Day weekend's always a big weekend for us, but this year we also have fireworks on Friday and Saturday night. And then, of course, we've got these concert ticket giveaways where we have the opportunity to win Taylor Swift tickets or Jonas Brother tickets, some of the big shows coming around to the region this summer. And not just that, but also if you want to make a day trip to Cooperstown and go to the Baseball Hall of Fame, we're giving away passes to that as well. So we're really excited about this, and we certainly think that it's going to take some of the folks who might be in Erie for the weekend or some of the folks that call Erie home and have them come out to UPMC Park.
Yeah, Greg Coleman said just go to seawolves.com to check out the list of giveaways for each day. We also have this story on our website, and you can get your tickets while you're at it. And
Maybe I should get mine.
I think you should.
Yeah?
Yeah, you want to win those Taylor Swift tickets or the Jonas Brothers?
Oh, tough choices, Lisa. Well, maybe we'll tell you in the sports segment. Well, before we get to those tickets, whoever wins the tickets, whatever. We'll have Seawolves highlights coming up in just a moment.
From the Erie Sports Now team, here's Caleb Yager.
The Erie Seawolves took the first 2 games against Harrisburg earlier this week, but the Senators did respond well. Today, Erie had the 3-2 series advantage heading into the game. A gorgeous day for some good old-fashioned Sunday baseball. The Seawolves and Senators one last time. We'll start off with Wensil Perez, who gets the party started. Runners at first and second, and that's a liner down the third base line, rolls all the way to the warning track. Luis Santana right there. He's the first runner to score, and then he's followed by Colt Keith. Howlers lead 2-0 into the third inning. While bottom half of the inning, turn the tables though. Runners at the corners. Blake Rutherford, the left fielder, shoots it into left center. In that gap, 2 runs are plated, and the Senators take the lead. Erie took the lead back in the 5th inning, but the Senators scored 5 runs in the same inning and never looked back from that point onward. The Seawolves walk away with the series split. The finale belongs to the state Capitol boys, 8-6. Well, today at the Erie Sports Center, a local U15 soccer team made some noise and will continue to try and win some more games out of state. The Erie Flash competed in the Western New York and Western PA State Cup today and was crowned the champion, receiving first place in the age bracket. The Flash defeated the Pittsburgh Riverhounds 7-2 to win the crown. The squad moves on to play in Chicago within the coming weeks.